Okay.
Well, I think we need to start because there's always a delay. There's like a 20-second delay. So, all right. So, for those of you that are here, I'm Frank Keeney. I'm with Antonio, and tell everybody where Antonio Caleb, and tell everybody where you are.
I'm in Europe's West Coast, Portugal.
Okay. And so you joined my mastermind about how long ago was that?
I joined your mastermind. I think it was in April 2015. So
it was. I think you were like very, very early on.
Yeah, could be 2016 though. I don't know.
Okay. So let's just start off with something. So tell us how much did you sell in 2017?
Last year was crazy. I did over $1 million in sales with 2 stores.
Okay.
2 Shopify stores.
And where were you before you started in the mastermind?
I was in a pretty bad place. I was working at a marketing agency, and I was making the equivalent to like $800 a month, working full time and sometimes in the evening. So it was crazy, and I had to make ends meet with a little bit of print on demand on the side.
Okay,
so it was crazy life. Yeah.
So you were working in a marketing agency. Did you do Facebook ads at that marketing agency?
No, I did not. I did. Okay. I did some other stuff.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that people understand that this, you didn't come into this as an expert in Facebook ads. No. You were doing marketing, but it was not in what was it wasn't inside of Facebook.
Yeah.
So that making that amount of sales, it wasn't just something you didn't come in doing this, with all this experience with Facebook. You were fairly new to Facebook ads.
Oh,
is that right?
Right. That's correct. And I didn't have any experience in ecom whatsoever. So the only experience I had was like print on demand and a little bit of Facebook ads, which I had gathered here and there, from groups and other so-called mentors. But
Okay.
You were like the first real mentor I had. So.
All right. Good. Okay. Yeah. So what do you think was the big turning point in in going from where you were struggling, getting that working, to the point where things were starting to really work out well?
Well, there's not really a turning point. You have to keep going at it, and everyone tells you the same. It's not an overnight success. It's hard work. You have to keep testing. You have to keep launching stuff. You have to, I failed miserably for many, many months until I found a winner. So, that was my turning point, really. But I had so much experience accumulated by then that it felt great. There is no 0 to 100 really. It's a process, right. And you have to go through it.
Right. And so you were just mentioning to me that for last year, it was primarily that $1 million was just on 2 different products.
2 different products. Curiously enough, I never thought about it because I went like a year and a half. I went just testing niche to niche, and then I realized I had already worked in one of them, which I hadn't tested before, and I started testing products in that niche, which I have an interest for, obviously, and things started to work out. So yeah, those 2 products were in the same niche, in that niche.
Yeah. So yeah, you often ask that question. It's about how people pick their niche, but you've answered that. You went into something that you have some interest inside of, so that made it a little easier to pick products and so forth.
Yeah, it's like the gentleman said that you interviewed before me. He said you have to have a certain interest, personal interest in the niche. It makes things easier for you, definitely. So, because your audience better.
And so, once you found some things that were working well, did you found that easy to scale?
Yeah. It was
fairly easy.
It was Fairly easy, yeah. Because once I applied the things you teach, it's that's what I like about your method. It's just you just have to follow it along. There's no guesswork. You take the guesswork out of it. It's just going from A to Z, and just doing what you said helped really a lot. With the scaling techniques that you explained, and then obviously doing your research properly. I spent about, I don't know, a whole week doing research for that particular niche, and it paid off, really.
Okay. So, let's see. So from that, so you're in being in Portugal. So what, if you weren't doing e-commerce, what do you think you would be doing right now if you didn't have that up and going?
Gosh, Frank, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be working some full-time job somewhere.
Right.
Maybe it's not hard to find a part-time job somewhere, but it's not. Once you go ecom, you never go back, I think.
That's
so.
Right. Yeah.
You never want to go back. Well, I had the particular difficulty that English is not my native language. I'm based in Portugal, so I have a lot of limitations. For example, on Facebook, I can't see the ads that you guys see in the US. So I can only see ads from people that target actually Portugal, and it's really few. And some other things with PayPal and Stripe and conversion rates and all that, and some fees. But that goes to show that it's not really a problem if you stick to it. It can all be overcome. So if I can do it, anyone can, I think.
Right. So do you see many ads coming through on Facebook, and are they? And what language do you typically see them?
I do, but it's those that target like worldwide, I think, all the countries.
Okay.
And a lot of Arabic language ads. I don't know why. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Maybe I have friends that comment, or I don't know why, but it's weird.
And what do these Arabic language ads promote? What are they promoting?
It's like car accessories. And,
really?
Yeah. Because those folks, I think, are really into car tuning stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So I see products about car polish and car wash things and sponges and.
Well, hey, in our group, I'd like you to share some screenshots of some of those. I'd like to see those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. The next time you see one, I'm curious to see what you're seeing.
Okay. Sure.
So when you're setting up your Shopify store, and I don't even remember, I may have known this in the past, but what did it take for you to get a merchant account or a Shopify store set up where you could charge US dollars?
It wasn't a problem at all.
Really? Okay.
No, because Stripe is available in my country.
Okay.
Yay! So that's a plus. But so it wasn't. It was really easy, and I work with PayPal and Stripe. I don't have Shopify payments, obviously, because that's only for US merchants.
Yes.
But it works. So I only have to pay the exchange rates.
Okay. Did you have to do anything like get a US dollar account in your country? Nothing. Okay. No. So that's good.
A myth. You don't have to get a business bank account in US dollars. That's a myth. I had one actually, but it costs a lot of money to get one.
Okay.
And then I shut it down. So
okay.
No need.
So Stripe, it was really easy just to get a merchant account with Stripe and have that plug that into Shopify, and
it was like
go from
half
there.
An hour. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I mean, they call you actually on the phone. They call you up and check that you're a real person, right?
Right.
Yeah, it takes about half a day, really.
Okay.
Till everything's done. And in terms of Shopify, getting the Shopify store up, it's just following the course. It depends on the amount of workload that you put in.
Right.
Like a day.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry about the background noise.
Oh, that's fine. So when you started, you had these couple items that were doing well, and you made that really nice sales number for last year. So from the time you found, how long did it take you to kind of scale that up to where it was working really well for you. You clearly could see that these products were doing well for you and they had potential. And so how long did it take for you to really, scale it up to a point where you you knew that they were going to last you for a while?
Right. I would say about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I went slowly because I didn't want to throw everything at it. But I started off, the regular way with precise interest, and then doing the lookalikes.
Okay.
And even tested manual bidding at some point. And so I could have gone way further, like with YouTube ads and Google shopping ads and whatnot. But I'm a one-man show. I don't have time for all that. So it took me a lot of time.
And so did the manual bidding work out, or did it just work fine on auto bidding?
No, it worked for about a day or two, and then it didn't. And so I just let everything go on autopilot, on auto bid.
Right. And primarily, once things really started to work real well, was it primarily lookalike audiences that were working well for you?
Yeah, it was primarily lookalike audiences, and I only went up to 10%. I don't know if you can go higher than 10%.
No, 10%. Yeah.
No. Okay. But I had 10% lookalike audiences working actually. And so, yeah. So, I did all sorts of lookalikes. The video views, 75, 95%, and the purchase, the add cart, and all of those.
They all worked. And all of those worked.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, I have 10% audiences that are working really, really great. I see. I'm from my perspective, what I typically see is when something is really working well, if it's a 1% audience or a 10% audience, they work very, very well.
How long do yours last normally?
The products or the ads?
No, the audiences until they die off. The lookalikes.
I don't find what I've typically done with a product, say in a particular niche. So like I'm selling in a particular niche right now. I'm using the same lookalikes and targeting. I've had an accessory in a particular niche, and I sold the same product. I've been selling the same. I'm on like the third version of a similar product. So as one kind of died out, I just launched another that was similar, but not exactly the same. And I'm able to continue that and just do I start them up with the lookalikes and the custom. I have the custom conversion, I have the lookalike audiences, and the interest targeting or behavioral targeting. And for each of the three different versions of a similar item, all of them have worked exceptionally well.
Right.
The second one I did, I ended up that particular product, the manufacturer found a fault in it, and I had to quickly switch to like a third version. But it worked well. I just had all of a sudden I couldn't get any more of them.
And you didn't have too many customer complaints about that?
Well, so I was bringing things into the U.S. So I knew that when that inventory when it ran out, I was not going to be able to replace it. So It was just a matter of getting another. I did another video, and because I have boxes and boxes of samples. I already had the product I had in mind that I was going to do. I'm always thinking in my mind, when I'm working with a particular product, okay, so that dies out. What am I going to do? What's my next one? Now I have quite a few things that I'm running in ads, but I always like to, if I always feel like if I've got something that's working well, it's very unlikely that I have completely used up the audience on Facebook. And I just go find another something that can replace it. So I've been able to do that with a number of items. So when for one reason or another, a supply problem, a quality problem, or just that I'm not getting, I'm not seeing the same results. So what I typically do to try to bring something back that may be faltering is I'll create test out a new video on it, new ad copy, new posts that I can swap in. And if those don't work, then I'll have another product to replace it. But I've kind of found in several niches that I'm working in is that I kind of have this this targeting that's working really well. And if for some reason something falters, I'll just use that. I'll find something that fits that same group of people, and that works really well. Just always keep that momentum going in that. So you always have an alternate product or maybe an alternate video. I've often suggested that when you've got something up and running and it's real successful, and then I'm a big in video ads, is that when you've got something working extremely well, make sure it's also a good idea to just make it, if it's a video ad, make another video ad. You can probably, after you've done your first one that's working, or you've got some working, you can probably think about things that you could do to make it better. And while you're enjoying the an item that's selling real well, that's the time when you need to prepare to have a new video, maybe some new ad copy, and then you can kind of test those out. You can test out those the new videos and the new ad copy in some of your retargeting, and then you can see if they're working better or worse, and have a number of, because when I see like my CPM, I closely monitor the CPM in the ads. So when I see that CPM starting to creep up, and that usually you'll see that it'll correlate with a relevance score maybe going down at the same time. When I see that, to me, that's Facebook saying, "Hey, Frank, it's time for you to do a new video." And I've done that with a number of products where all I did was either reshoot or reshoot just some scenes, so it's a different video.
Right, and there's always something you can change. I mean,
there's always something you can change.
The background or the angle, whatever.
Right. Yeah. I think just sometimes audiences they keep depending on who they are, they may see that ad multiple times, and if you can show them something different, that can help also.
Definitely.
And let's see. I'm not sure what else to ask you. So you've got a number of products in line right now that you're going to be launching soon.
Yeah, right now I'm set up for testing like 2 to 3 products every day.
Okay,
and
great. Looking to get some other things up and going. Right. So, if I were to ask you like one thing that you learned in the mastermind, what was like, any 1 or 2 things that stand out that really made a big difference in your e-commerce?
Wow, there were so many.
Now, I remember that when you first started, there was a particular niche that you seemed to do a lot of print on demand, and I remember kind of pushing you to say, hey, go look at some of these bigger niches.
You showed me that I did not understand my niche. That I thought I did, but But I would say, perhaps the biggest thing that you in particular taught me is to have a method and to have discipline, because you have so many things in as your tasks during a day. You're if you're doing it alone, like me, you have like customer service, you have Facebook ads, you have setting up products, you have the videos, you have so many things to do. If you don't have a plan, and if you don't have to shoot videos every day or each day, there's no need to. But if you have to structure your day and plan so that when the day ends, you feel like you've accomplished something, and actually don't leave stuff in the middle unfinished. So I think that is the big takeaway from your courses, that you teach us exactly how to structure things so that we don't feel lost and overwhelmed. So I think that's a great thing.
All right. All right. Looks like you've got to have a beautiful day in Portugal.
Oh yeah, it's really beautiful and warm, and yeah,
It's
enjoying
probably
the day outside.
it's probably is. I mean, is your weather there a lot like California?
I don't
Or
know.
is,
It gets pretty hot in the summer. I don't know. We have Celsius here, so it gets up to like 35,
oh,
36
okay.
Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Are you
Uh,
close to the ocean?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The ocean is like less than a mile away here, so
Oh, really? Oh, you're that close. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I can go
Okay.
to I can walk to the beach. Yeah,
Oh, you can? Oh, that's great.
yeah.
I'm sure it's a beautiful beach too.
It's very nice.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's
You have to
really
come.
nice.
You have to come up here next time you come to Europe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today on this
Thank you,
call.
Frank.
And I'll just I'm going to disconnect from Facebook, and then we'll just stay on for just a minute. Okay.
Sure.
Stop the stream.